Hello, it's Susan Duclos with All News Pipeline. It is March 3rd, 2017. We're looking at a piece that was written on February 27th. Deep State War. Russian officials keep dying unexpectedly. There's something going on here. We've had six Russian diplomats that have died in the last 60 days. All but one died on foreign soil. We have Russian ambassador to Turkey, Andrei Karlov. Excuse me if I butcher these names. I don't really know proper pronunciation in Russian. But he was assassinated by a police officer at a photo exhibit in Ankara on December 19th. On that same day, another diplomat, Peter Polshikov, was shot dead in his Moscow apartment. The gun was found under the bathroom sink, but the circumstances of the death were under investigation. He served as a senior figure in the Latin American Department of Foreign Ministry. Third one, Russian ambassador to the United Nations, Vitaly Churkin. He died in New York the past week, which, if this was written on February 27th, in the February 22 to 27th area. Turkin was rushed to the hospital from his office at Russia's UN mission. Initial reports said he suffered a heart attack, and the medical examiner is investigating the death, according to CBS. Fourth one is Russia's ambassador to India, Alexander Katakin. He died after a brief illness January 27th, which the Hindu said had been suffering from for a few weeks. And five, Russian consul in Athens, Greece, Andrei Malinin. He was found dead in his apartment January 9th. Greek police officials said there was no evidence of a break-in, but he lived on a heavily guarded street. The cause of death needed further investigation. And the sixth one was the ex-KGB chief Oleg Erovinkin, who was suspected of helping draft the Trump dossier. Remember the dossier that came out where BuzzFeed is now being sued by somebody that was named in it, and they published it even though they said there were errors in it and it couldn't be confirmed or verified. And this man was found dead in the back of his car December 26th. So that's six in the last 60 days. But going back, it's been 9 over the last 2 years, because you had a Russian diplomat, Sergei Krivov, was found unconscious at the Russian consulate in New York. And in November 2015, a senior advisor to Putin, Mikhail Lesin, who was found, also the founder of the media company RT, was found dead in a Washington hotel room. And a few months prior to September 2016, his driver was killed in a freak accident. Now, I'll go ahead and put a link to this in the description box, because they do have some other information about testimony on chemical concoctions that can mimic a heart attack, and ways that agents or spies have of assassinating people. But there's something big going on here. Now, recently, Stefan Stanford over at AMP wrote a piece which is also very interesting and connects to this. Let's go over to that. In this piece, which I'll also put in the description box, Russian insider blames CIA for high-ranking Russian bodies hitting the floor. What this is you have a YouTube videographer, Nessa A, and what she does is she transcribes videos of Russian speakers into English. Now, according to her, after transcribing a lot of these videos, what we're witnessing, or not according to her, according to what she has transcribed, what we're witnessing is no coincidence, and the intention of the massive series of recent deaths of Russian diplomats is to remove all individuals who had anything to do with the Minsk agreement so it could no longer be implemented, claiming that the Minsk agreement, a ceasefire, elections, and self-determination in eastern Ukraine. Now remember, the U.S. supported the ouster of the duly elected president of Ukraine. That led into the whole Crimea thing. So what was implemented in there, who was inserted in there, was basically a little puppet. Well, they don't want self-determination in Eastern Ukraine. It's counterproductive to the goals of the West. He also claims that to implement the Minsk agreement would be to undo all the hard work that the global elite have done in Ukraine to date. In other words, setting up a puppet government. So I'm going to go ahead and link to this one also. There's something very strange going on, and it's big, because he points out in here what would happen if a ton of our people started mysteriously dying in foreign grounds, foreign lands. We would be questioning this. So Putin has got to be questioning this. And how many is too many before they start taking action back? So this could lead to war, and that's the whole point here. Because, I mean, they've been pushing Russia really, really hard. And there's a group of people, the deep state, shadow government, call it what you want, that for some reason wants war. They keep pushing, they're going to get it.